First person.
All right, you guys ready? You're gonna have to do push-ups if you're late.
They already been late.
Let's go, let's go!
That's a minute. Sit back here with y'all. That's a minute. Not the training, so I don't want to do push-ups.
That's a minute.
Yeah.
See, though, that's the point. I'm just saying.
We were. Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Cool new faces. Yay.
Lights is
And a
left.
gang of people on Ustream. Okay, awesome. Oh, yay. Dang, y'all just want to do all these like.
I know, it's one side. This is the press team section.
We'll keep taking over there. She loves it. Oh my God, I love you guys. Good morning. Welcome to Herbalife University, the most laid back but dope and on point, just little, I don't need conversations. I wouldn't even call it like a training, it's like a conversation. And that's really the intention I want to set for today, is for it to be a conversation. I want to hear a lot of what's going on with you guys. So just to kind of get it started, I want to kind of feel out the room. So I mean, I know most of you guys, but you guys are new, right? Okay, cool. How long have you guys been coaches? It's kind of last. Perfect. I love it. Okay, awesome. And then what about you? What's your name?
Ellie.
Ellie? Okay, awesome. And what's your name?
Stacy.
Stacy. Nice.
I signed up 3.5 months ago.
3.5 months ago. Cool. How are you liking it?
Good. I just became qualified producer yesterday.
We'll go through, we'll introduce all of ourselves, and then just say your name and how long you've been a coach.
Marissa, and I've been a coach for 8 months.
Beautiful.
Jacob, the one and only. 11 months.
11 months. Love it.
Cool. Jordan, been a coach for, this is my 10th month now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah.
Welcome to the university.
That's what happens.
I'm Ali. I've been a coach for 29 months now.
Yeah, Lee.
And
On Global Expansion
Global
Team.
Expansion Team.
Woo!
Making moves. Trying to make it happen.
Love it. What up, Janelle?
My name is Elle, and I've been a coach for 19 months.
Beautiful. Awesome. My name is Celeste. I've been a coach for 2 years, pretty much exactly, in a couple weeks. So this room, the reason why I do this and I find out how long people have been a coach for is because I want to feel out the room and what the room needs, okay? So we have coaches like Janelle and Ali that have been around for, over a year, right? And then we have, 8 months and different things, whatever. Then we have a couple months, like a year as well, right? You've been here over a year. And then newer, right? Newer. So the conversation will be catered to everybody. And there may be some things that you'll hear today that may not make 100% sense, but still take notes and just, I promise, your comprehension as you grow in this industry and in this healthcare, sorry, I didn't mean to say healthcare. Health coach is not what we are.
No.
We're preventative. In health coaching, everything will begin to make sense more and more. So I'm excited for you and your growth in this. And as well as that, I just want to know, it's end of month. How do you guys feel? How was your end of month? It's beginning of the month. It was end of month last night. You guys good? I know that Janelle had a really great end of month. Her first kind of global expansion. I'm on high still. I'm like peak state still. So she's in a peak state. So what that means, what global expansion team means, is basically when your business of supervisors does over 20,000 volume points, 3 months in a row. So she had her first month where the supervisors that she's groomed, what? So glad you're here. On my race. She's like, this is nothing. Look at live. She just did it before we could go.
Your hair was one of it now.
She didn't want to do them on the camera, but she did them over here. We saw it go down. Cool. You want to introduce yourself and how long you've been a coach?
Hi, my name's Treasure, and I've been a coach for 14 months.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Treasure. So had a really cool end of month where everybody comes together and really celebrates each other and the hard work that we put in the previous month and just overall the previous year, the previous 2 years, however long it is. And we just celebrate each other, and that's what I love about this team, because there's people that are driving for goals. There's constantly, and we get to be that support system for them. And that's the beautiful thing about not only Get Uncomfortable Squad, but the culture that Mark Hughes created in Herbalife, which is really that, and it's to band together as one, right? One unit. So why I love stuff like this and like smaller, intimate conversations is I really want to know, moving forward, I thought because it's the first of the month, we could talk about the direction that we're going. So no matter what your month ended up, it could have been phenomenal, right? Like a lot of us, like Janelle. Even if it was phenomenal, it could have been less than that, right? You could have been like, dang, I could have done this, right? We can sometimes go through this review mode of what we could have done better, right? Mm-hmm. Which is good. It's our way to protect ourselves and kind of get that driving force back to be able to do more. So no matter how you feel about last month, now I give you guys, or I should say I invite you guys to open up a new realm of possibilities for what May is going to be for you. I want to create May with you guys today. So I just want to ask you, beyond the marketing plan, just what do you guys want? Like, why do you guys? What do you want? And I left it super broad because, and the question I asked every one of you on Ustream, what do you want? Like, where did you look back? Because some of us will look back month after month and we'll beat ourselves up about the same thing, but we don't really do a lot to change it. And like, I just ask you, what is it that you want? Like, we should be thinking about all different areas of our lives. What do you want for your financial situation? What do you want? What is the new health result that you're striving for? I know that I'm definitely striving for new health results. You know, all the time, like on a different level. New financial results, new everything. What do you want in the business? I want you guys to even think more detailed than a pin position. I want you to think, because the pin represents the impact, right? So if we just think about the impact, how many before and after pictures are you committed to getting this month in May, right? Think of it down to that. Like, this should be, and we should be all, like, literally getting a new before and after picture ourselves. I'm committed to that. I'll take one today, and I'm going to, like, right now I'm saying this. I didn't even plan on saying this. But I'm going to take a before picture today, and I'm going to post a new 30-day results picture at the end of May.
Nice. I'm with
it. You guys with it? So I'm going to do that. What up, Paris? How you feel? Hey, Paris.
Hey! You all smile.
11:39.
Gains or no?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
About 6 more pounds.
Cool.
6 more. At least.
And, you know, write down other things that you want in your life. Like, write down, are you in a relationship? Do you want it to be better? Do you want there to be better communication? Are you not in a relationship and you maybe want a relationship? Like, you don't have to share these things out loud because I know they're pretty personal. And if you're at home, write it down. Like, think about the things that you want. Think about the person that you want to become. And there's all different aspects of that person. And this journey to that person is going to start, like, today by the action that we take. Because it's going to be different. What we do is, you guys, we're in a place of creation right now. Like, we have not only the rest of May, but we're literally starting on the 1st of the month. There's no time that we have more leverage for how this month turns out than today. Do you guys understand that? You get to the very end of the month, like yesterday, it's like, dang, like, you know, and you see what you have left to do, and there's only so much you can do with one day left of the month. But there's so much that you can do when we're at the 1st of the month. And when you take on a month like that, like, you really take it on and you start waking up early, like, even if it's waking up 15 minutes earlier, you don't understand how powerful that is. Like, tweaking something because you're unlocking some type of new discipline in your mind. So it doesn't have to be drastic, like 3 in the morning. I know we hear like, you know, a lot of like personal development videos, and they make you bad. They make you feel bad if you get any sleep, right? And that's not the message that I necessarily go by, because I do feel like sleep is good for you. I feel like it rejuvenates you and it heals you. So sleep isn't necessarily the enemy. It's just we want to make sure that we're slightly uncomfortable and that we get our stuff done that we need to get done, right? And the thing I like to do personally is I'll wake up early, and I still, like if I hadn't gotten like, you know, a good amount of sleep, but I still wake up early, it's like I'll allow myself to work for that nap in the afternoon. Like I'll have to get everything on my will-do list done. And I don't have a to-do list, I have a will-do list. And so I'll get that stuff done, and then it's like if I earn that nap for maybe, like, I don't really take long naps, but maybe like a 30-minute nap, that makes me feel like new. I'll take that. You know, again, sleep isn't the enemy, but like let's just earn it and let's make sure that we're getting our stuff done. And it's going to make you drive for getting all of that done. And I just, you know, we had Jacob was here, I believe that, and then Ustreamland was here for the exercising the muscle of discipline section, and it was posted on YouTube. I don't know if anybody saw it, but we did talk about a lot about exercising the muscle of discipline. And if you don't, if it's not perfect, right, we all fall short, we're human. So if something happens where you fall short on this journey to hitting your goals, we don't have to start over, we just reroute. We've been talking a lot about this lately, you know, the GPS system. If you go a mile out of the way, it doesn't say start over again. It just reroutes you a new route to your destination, to your goals of where we're going. So we want to take on the same philosophy. It's powerful. So you guys should already be thinking about some of the things that you want, right? Some of the things that you're committed to, some of the things in your life. Like really, and I want you guys to dream big. So take it another level. Now we've written down the things that we can think of off the top of our head. So now write down, like even take it another level. Like if you said one day you want a house, like get clear, like write where you want to live, you know, what you want your situation to be, not even just after a month. I'm not just talking May now. Now I'm talking like long-term goals. What do you guys want? Because at the end of the day, the intention behind this is I'm trying to have you tap in to a new driving force. Sometimes we need new things to spark that ambition in us. I know that I do. You know, my driving forces have shifted over the years. And so it's like we got to constantly change the game up on ourselves. And sometimes we forget, you know, some of the things we're connected to that we really want to strive for and work for. But like dream a little bit bigger. Like I want you to make it even better. What you wrote down, I want you to even strive for higher. And just like reflect on what it is that you want. Why are you even doing this business? At the root of it, why are you doing it? Like I'm sure you've heard, hey guys, how are you? Hey!
Alan and the team.
What's around?
Together, one unit. Joey on them games already. Yeah. Let's go, Minor. Let's go, Minor.
So can each of you say your name and how long you've been a coach so everybody knows and is familiar with you?
Hello everybody, I'm Alan, I've been a coach for 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
What up, Alan?
Hello, I'm Joel. I've been a coach for a year.
Cool.
As a minor, I've been a dedicated coach for about 5 months.
Yeah. Awesome, I love it. So just to bring you guys up to speed, what do you want? We're writing down what we want. And just so you guys know, the reason why we do push-ups when we're late is just because when we're late, and believe me, we're all late at some point. We've all like fallen short of perfect punctuality. So it's not to make anyone feel bad that they do push-ups, but it's just so we realize that everybody has an impact. Like when people are late, there's an impact. Because your lack of presence, there's an impact, and then when you come in, it just is. It's a non-workability, I guess you could say. So not to make you feel bad, but there's multiple people that have come in that have had to do push-ups. So I'm just giving context around why we do that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. So So perfect. Okay, so we're really like kind of digging deeper into what it is that we want. It's a very broad question, and it's done that way on purpose because I want your mind to go wherever it goes, and they can, you know, Treasure could be writing something completely different in a completely different direction than what Jacob is writing, than what Elle is writing, than what Jordan is writing, and Paris, etc. So, you know, just getting clear on that. So, May 1st, something about it, it's like, when is spring officially spring? Like, was it April or is it May? Something.
I think spring is, I thought it was April.
Beginning of April.
Beginning of April? Well, it really is starting to feel like spring now, I guess. It's summer because of the weather, like 90 degrees. Yeah, it's super hot out. Something like, I feel like, thank you, Chris, just on it. 16. I think, was that 5? 6.
All right.
7.
Oh, yeah.
8.
That's
9. 10. 11. 12.
Let's see where sex is.
No, that was with the camera. 16. 17. And we like to show off when people do push ups, we like to show off how awesome these products are. Because that would have gone down. So kudos to you, Chris, and the hard work that you've done. How many pounds have you lost?
120, but it's
120 pounds, you guys.
Yeah.
That's big. That's a huge deal. And how long have you been a coach, Chris?
About 20 months.
20 months. Beautiful, beautiful. So write down what it is that you want. We're talking May 1st. Beyond just this month, what do you want in life and why do you do this business? Okay? Why are you a part of this? And if you're, you know, if someone was to come in here, let's just say, because Herbalife University is really open to, you know, whoever, and if someone wasn't doing the business, I'd be like, why do you come around this community? You know? And the reason why I expose you guys to sometimes the context that I create in the room or the side conversations that I'll be having in my mind or I say them out loud, like this is the reason why, is because you guys are health coaches and I want you guys to start thinking of how we can connect to all different types of people when they walk in this room. So I'm always thinking about, okay, there's a newer group, and you'll notice that I'm talking to you guys a lot because you guys are the newest ones in the room. So I want to make sure, I know that they've got it, so I want to make sure that you guys get the message, and also as I'm talking to you guys, I'm teaching them how to connect with all different groups because I know that they're going to be going off training on bigger stages soon. So there's multiple invisible trainings always happening during Herbalife University. So does that make sense? Yes. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So we kind of know what we want. So May 1st, we get to create. We really get to create where we're going to go. I'm about to create like what I want out of May, what I am declaring, what I'm committed to in this month. I know that I'm excited. I spent the last month and a half traveling. And, you know, the business really, it didn't get put on hold, I wouldn't say that. But, you know, when you're going out of town and you're living out of a suitcase for a month and a half, there's going to be just places where your mind is focused outside of your normal routine from home. So I'm excited to get back into my everyday routine in Los Angeles and be my best self here. And it was such a transformational period coming back from Dallas, you guys. I just did an LDW, which is a leadership development weekend, out in Dallas, Texas, which is awesome. It's a 3-day event that you're training at. It's like the most training I've ever had to do. Done a couple STSs, which is like, STSs are awesome, but it's just 1 day of training. So it's like, literally to do 3 days was, it was awesome. It was very, very uncomfortable to go into that space. You know, you kind of walk in Friday and the crowd doesn't really know you yet, so that's when your nerves are the highest. You know, you're going in and that's when you make your introduction and your first impression with everybody. So it's like this very, very, I guess you could say just, it's this place where you're just like, you want to be on point, you want to make a good impression. And so, the standards are high. So luckily I was with 30K in cuts of 40K President's team member Danny Edwards, and she's awesome. She sponsored Enrique. She's, you know, in a very strong lineage. Yeah. And so Enrique is number 2 now, Karen Jones beat him for the number, but was the number 1 distributor for a long time in the company, like in the world, which is crazy. So the girl at Train would sponsor the number 1 distributor in the world for a while, up until Karen Jones is now the number 1 distributor, I believe. So, yeah, crazy, right? So she's really incredible, and she's been in the business for 7 years, and so there was so much to learn from her. So anyways, where I'm kind of going with that, it's like after building so many awesome relationships, and what I hope to do is really provide vision of what's possible in this company, because really we've only been in here for 2 years, but the relationships that we get to create in this company are wild, you guys. Like, we hear these names and we hear like these people who have hit these outrageous levels in the marketing plan, like Chairman's Club and Founders Circle, and you guys are all going to have an opportunity if you decide that this is something for you for life, forever. I see this business as something that's forever. Like, I'm going to be doing this always. So we're always setting new goals. That's why we have conversations of today of what do we want and where are we going, right? The relationships that we get to create are powerful. So it's like, you know, just to give you kind of an insight to the transformational process of the last month and a half, well, I went through this personal development seminar about a month and a half ago, which was awesome, and that kind of kicked off all the traveling. Then it was like we went to Hawaii for the President's Team Summit, which was awesome, and it was the Mark Hughes Bonus Awards, which was where they give like checks away to the top people in the company. But not only that, it's a training. It's a training for the top 3% of the company. When your organization does over $150,000 a year, I'm sorry, a month, and so that was really cool. It was like walking, talking, meeting new people, and then it was like the following weekend, right? Got home and really packed right back up to go out to Washington D.C. because my mentor and I, Style Bell, 20K Executive President's Team, did the Washington D.C. STS, which was like really, really dope. What was cool about that is, you know, there was a couple STSs that, and this kind of goes with goals. So, you know, I had set the intention Herbalife that I wanted to speak and really share like my passion for the business on a stage, and I know other people have that same intention, which is really exciting. I can't wait to see, you know, Janelle and Ali do their first STS, and then Treasure and Paris, and whoever wants it, Jacob and Alan, right? And like you can have that when you're when you want it, and you just pay attention to the way that people that came before you, the way that they present themselves in front of the room. So anyways, first STS I ever did, it was really about me and like, oh my God, I'm doing an STS. And it was like getting past that shock of I'm doing an STS. And then there was just the second STS I did, it was like about the group of people I was going with, working together and unifying. And then the third STS, it wasn't about me, it wasn't about style, it was about lifting a region up. It was like a very, very different intention. So there's like constant growth there. So I'm tracking the growth of my mindset around certain events and going in. So I know that might be very kind of like deep, and I apologize. But again, like I said, there's going to be things that are said that'll, you know, kind of make sense to you. But I believe you guys are sharp. You guys got this. So, so where I'm kind of going with that, anyways, and then it went into Philly, and then, you know, Orange County, and then Dallas, and it kind of led up to this. So it's been a lot of transformation over the past month and a half, and really, really excited to be here, present with you guys in the local community and structure. And whatever it was that you've gone through, so I want you to think about your last month and a half. Okay, I kind of went over a little bit about mine, but I want you guys to think about your last month and a half, and maybe some of the things that you felt were blocking you, like maybe a hindrance of I didn't, and it could be, you know, could flag as an excuse, right? Whatever it was, there could be like validity to that excuse, right? But whatever it is that you feel like, had that not been there, you probably would have been a little bit more successful. It could be people. It could be family members, sorry. It could be a bad habit that you have. It could be sleeping in. It could be, you know, maybe not staying true to your word. You said you were going to work out a certain amount of times a week, and you didn't. But what, even deeper, what was the excuse behind, you know, if you had to go tell a teacher why you didn't make it, what was that excuse you would feed them? You know, think about over the last month and a half, what may be that thing that you kind of pinpoint that was keeping you back from being your greater self. Okay? Just think, you can write a couple things down. I know for sure some things that, you know, where I could have been a little bit more on point over the last month and a half. Let you guys think about it. Oops. You guys got some good stuff. Is your mind kind of like turning and you're thinking and you're, all right. I want this stuff to come up to your like consciousness of like the things that we sometimes impose upon ourselves, or because really whatever that thing is, I want you guys to now not look at it as that thing is distracting me, but I want you guys to take responsibility about the story you've created around that thing that's stopping you. And I want you to understand that that thing isn't stopping you, you're allowing it to distract you. And you actually have the control to change how that thing is distracting you and cut it off and not make it a distraction anymore. You guys with me? Cool. Because the point of this conversation is I want to really empower you, right? I want this to be an empowering conversation where we walk away feeling like we are in charge of where we're going. And we absolutely can make May the best month ever. Like, I want to create a powerful intention amongst all of us. Like, I don't know if you guys are down with this, but to make May the best month ever for us. For all of us. Everybody out on Ustream. Like, I'm fired up about May being the best month ever. And we get to create it today on the 1st. Are you guys down with that?
Yes.
Okay. And we can, and whatever your goals are, all of our goals are going to be different, okay? Like Janelle and Ali's goals are going to be very, very different than coaches that have been brand new in the business a couple weeks, right? So you just say qualified producer, right? Hey! All right, so do you mind if we maybe do some goal setting for you? Okay, cool. This is exciting. I love this. So what's the next step for you?
Supervisor.
Supervisor. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So we're excited about hitting supervisor. So you just hit, and now we want to, do you want to hit supervisor? I don't want to tell you when you're supposed to hit supervisor because it's your goal. When would you like to hit supervisor by? It's okay. I know, am I making you uncomfortable? Good. I'm supposed to. This is good. I mean, think about this. There's no wrong or right answer. Don't worry about your mentors, right? This is like, what are your goals, right? When would you like, we ask what you want, right? What do you want? When would you like to hit supervisor? Don't worry about what your limiting beliefs are telling you. Don't worry about, I don't know if I can, I don't want to say something and not do it, right? When would you like to hit supervisor?
3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months.
I don't know.
Okay, cool. So 3 to 4 months, you've been in the business for how many weeks?
3 months.
3 months. 3.5 months, and you hit QP in 3 months because that's how long it takes to hit qualified producer. So you did that. You did 2,500 volume points in the last 3 months, correct? Okay. And so you basically, to hit supervisor, would have to do another 2,500. So what you're saying is perfectly logical. It took me 3 months to hit 2,500 volume points, so it's probably going to take me another 3 months, maybe 4, I don't know, you're being safe, right, to hit supervisor. But I want to challenge you right now. Have you learned a lot over the last 3 months? Are you a better health coach today than you were 3 months ago? Okay? You know a lot more today than you did 3 months ago, huh? What do you know how to do?
Well, I know the business a little bit more.
Cool. STS. Awesome. So you've been doing STS already. Okay, perfect. She's been doing a VEN. Okay, you've helped clients. You have a couple clients going, getting results, right? You're getting results, right? You have more of a testimonial now than you did 3 months ago, correct? Because you've been on the products. What's your result so far in 3 months?
I've lost 5 inches in my abs.
Really?
And then
Just 5
3.5
inches.
inches in my
No big deal. No big deal. Just life has completely changed. Okay, cool.
10 pounds.
Awesome. Clap it up for her. Name? Stacy. Okay, that's right. It's going to take me a couple times. I apologize. I'll remember it now, though. So Stacy. Okay, cool. So now when we're visiting your goals, right? My job as a coach is to coach you in not only what I see as far as in comparison to what you want, but for what your goals are and meeting in the center, because I also want to make you slightly uncomfortable. So I know your comfort zone is 3 to 4 months to supervisor, but what I see in you is maybe a little bit more than you're seeing in yourself. So it's my goal to communicate that with you, okay, as a coach. And you're going to have people that you're going to start coaching now too, that this is going to be your job. It's going to be flipped, right? So knowing that you now have a powerful testimonial of results, okay? You feel some type of way differently about these products than you did 3 months ago. You know more and you have a client base. There's no way, I just know, there's no way it's going to take you another 3 months to hit supervisor. It's going to be way less than that because of what you know, because of your knowledge base and how powerful your story is. So, as a coach, right, do I have permission to coach your coach? Okay. Yes, cool? Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure, right? We never want to step on any toes or shadow a mentor, right? But this is just an example, right? And they're awesome. Like, so I already know that they're taking these steps with you. So it's perfect. We're all in alignment. So I would say, get a little, I'm not going to tell you what to say. I can't force somebody to change their goals, but I can inspire and influence. Okay? You don't force, you inspire and influence. So, so what's a more uncomfortable goal for you, for supervisor? Knowing what you know. Okay, but 3 months is still that time. You've done 2,500 in the last 3 months, so to do another 2,500, I just don't believe that it's going to take the same amount of time knowing how powerful you are. I just don't buy it. I don't buy that. I'm not going to stand for that. 2 months. Okay, cool, perfect. So 2 months, right? That's a little bit short. That's 2/3 of the time to do the same amount of work. That I like it. I like it because that is better than 3 to 4 months. You literally cut it in half from the 4 month, right? And it's a little more uncomfortable because now to do 2,500 over the next 2 months is going to take a little bit more. It's going to take a little bit maybe more work, but I don't believe that it's even going to feel like more work because you've done so much that it's creating momentum for you. People are going to reorder. You already have a little bit of a client base established. So it's not going to take the same amount of time. On paper, it could look like it would, but with who you're being and the coaches that you have and the resources that you have, you're going to be able to do it in a lot less time, okay? And that's cool. 2 months is going to be great, and it wouldn't surprise me if at the end of this month, mark my words, it wouldn't surprise me if you're supervisor at EOM of May. Can you kind of see it? It's okay. This is perfect. We haven't done our personal development shares today. I want you to, I would love to see you do your personal development every single morning for 30 minutes and really work around belief. Because once you really, really believe and tap into how powerful you are, you're gonna shoot past all these things. And I'm not saying you don't, so I don't want you to feel like I do believe in myself, But I know the power of personal development. We all do. I think we can all attest to it. And when you're on it, do you do personal development every morning?
Not every morning,
Okay.
but I do.
Okay, cool. So I also want to do for myself, I'm looking at all these different things, but we'll talk about personal development goals and what we're going to do. So I love this. First of all, clap it up for Stacy for It takes guts to be that new person to let somebody challenge you in front of everybody. So I just really want to acknowledge you for even being in the space to let me do that with you. It's a big deal, but do you kind of see how it makes sense, what was being said? So just wanted to really let you see over what May can look like for you, because it's possible. And I know that they see it for you as well. So I'm excited for you to hit supervisor. You're going to kill it. Awesome. New soup, right? So perfect. So thinking about what you guys want. And then did we already write down what we're committed? We wrote down the things that were possibly holding us back, right? And we're kind of identifying the stories that we're creating of how we're allowing this to continue to hold us back. I have my things as well that I've created stories around. It's human nature. It's just what we do. So the best thing that we can do now is just commit to what we're going to do in May and how we're going to make this the best month ever. Okay, how we're going to make this the best month ever. So guys, I want you to write down what your typical day or your best day ever would look like with where the direction you want to go. For me, I know my best day ever with what I see myself going for. I know that for my best day ever, I'll be needing to wake up at 5 a.m. Now that may be different for you. For some of you, it may be 4 a.m. For some of you, it may be 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Whatever that is, I know for me to get this type of stuff and work that I want to get done to feel really excellent about my day is 5 a.m. So that's a recommitment to 5 a.m. So this is going to take, so the excuses that I could make around this if I wasn't waking up at 5 a.m., I could be like, oh, I didn't get to sleep on time last night. It was UOM. And, we were grinding here at the club and, whatever story I want to create around that, right? That's why I didn't wake up at 5 a.m. this morning. I woke up at 6:30. Yeah. So,
I use that, I'm sorry, today.
Yeah, totally. I just literally told you guys my story of what I said. But at the end of the day, your stories can be true. It doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean it's not attached to a fact, because that was the fact. We were grinding here till past midnight last night, helping people get to their goals. It doesn't mean that, but I had the choice of whether I was going to let that still affect if I wanted to wake up at 6. And if I'm really going for these goals no matter what, right, then it wouldn't matter if I was here till that point. It's I get up early, I'm a little bit tired, I have my tea, I feel great at that point. And then, I work hard and then I take the nap later if I want to. If I earn it, right? So I'm just saying, it's a higher level of accountability and it is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to let go of your stories. It just is, right? We want to hold on to them. They've protected us for so long. They really make us feel good. We can, lay our head down on our pillow and feel great about our day. So there's nothing wrong. I'm telling you guys what I do. I'm telling you guys, I'm being honest that we all do it like I do it. I just told you guys mine. Nothing wrong with it. It's just we get to decide the level in which we buy into it and we let it run our lives. We let stories sometimes run our lives. So that's why I'm just trying, the intention is to gain control of what we really want out of this month. And the reason why this is so cool is we're not beating ourselves up for anything before. We're rerouting right now. We're in that rerouting process. Okay, May 1st, let's reroute on our goals. Let's get super, super clear, because sometimes I'll admit, it'll be the first of the month, and I won't, I'll write down goals, but I won't, I'll just go with my regular routine.
Right.
Like for real, you'll just write down goals and you'll be like, sounds good, 5 IBPs or HMPs, okay, 10K because it sounds good. But then you do the same type of work that produced 4,000 volume points the month before. If you want to change your goals to a higher standard, something has to change with your actions. That's what I want to spark today. That's why I'm having that's why we are having this conversation about like the things that are like 3 levels deep, like clawing at us and like really holding us back. That's really something we're allowing to hold us back. So if we're identifying these things, we can have a much more powerful start to getting what we want. At the end of the day, we want to help you get what you want. As a team, I want us to hold each other accountable to what we want too. So find that person that you want to maybe share some more of the details about what you want with too. Today's a little bit of a different Herbalife University. I know we didn't go with some of like the regular flow. Are you guys good with this stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. I just come in and sometimes freestyle it. Okay, cool. So I know this is one of the things. So really like be thinking about what that is for you. The wake up time and seizing the day is such an important piece of deciding where we're going to go with the rest of our day. I remember I was sharing this in Dallas in a section I did about discipline. And it's a topic I'm fascinated with because I feel like we've never arrived. I feel like we're constantly, no matter what, we're tested for our discipline. And our discipline and what that looks like is constantly changing. So I was having conversations with like Chairman's Club members and Founders Circle and President's team members at a dinner in Dallas. And like that story landed with them just as powerfully as it did the new person they were just saying. They were just like, there's certain things that I made them feel really uncomfortable. I made the top people in the company feel like they could be doing more. And it wasn't my intention. It was really just the intention was to get people to work. But it was because I was being so transparent about where me as a president's team member can do a lot better. And like not using excuses because I'm a president's team member to take my foot off the gas. Right. So it made a lot of the president's team members feel a little bit convicted about like taking their foot off the gas. And like some of them came and shared with me on the side like, I like really respect what you guys are doing. And I totally get this and look at who our mentor is, Style. Like if you guys are here at end of the month, I want you guys to be very clear. A lot of those people that were having pin changes and being recognized were frontline to him. Yep. He's out building all of us. Just want you guys to be clear, like he isn't stopping. He has the highest pin out of all of us and he is not slowing down. He made a really bold statement in the back of the room and he said, I'm going for 100 frontline active supervisors. And Ali was there, Janelle was there, we were just like, okie dokie. Right. It's time to regrow.
I was like,
He is that person that is going to stand for us and have the uncomfortable conversation. Weren't you guys a little uncomfortable with the things that he was saying because it was such a high standard?
Yeah, I just want to contest to that. When he said that, I was like, oh, right? But at the same time, I remember when it was 7 of us at the stairs, and he was like, we're going to change 1 million lives. That was over 2 years ago, and TGIM has grown. So now when he says stuff like that, I'm like, let's go. I'm going, So that's the mindset shift, especially when you witness it.
Right.
Like he's going to front line 100 active supervisors. So let's go.
I believe it. And he does this. He has these very uncomfortable conversations with us on purpose because now the people that were in there, me, Janelle, and Ali, our minds are expanded to what our capacity as a health coach we can do. People don't talk about 100 frontline supervisors. They talk about the 10-stone pin, and that is like the holy grail of frontline active supervisors. Like, oh, you've made it once you've gotten 10 frontline. He already has one, and he doesn't do it for the recognition. He does it because he knows that he has to be that person leading from the front in order to keep, like he's trying to now, it's not a game of just keeping the newer people hungry, it's a game of keeping his tag team hungry. So he's doing all different levels of stuff, and he's like, I'm committed to 10 and 10 this month. Like I haven't heard conversation of 10 and 10 in months, like maybe even a year. People really like doing that, at least in GUS. I know in other groups, it's like a regular that they do 10 and 10.
Right.
Right? But in GUS, it's just not, which is fine because it's not, it's not, it is about that, but it's not about that. It is and it isn't.
What is 10 and 10?
10,000, thank you. 10,000 volume points, right, a month, personal production, and 10 HMPs. Great bird's eye view, Wally. So that is, it's a high standard, and don't feel like, for people that have been in this like newer, don't feel like you got to do something like that. Just have it in your mind that maybe one day, right, you'll build up to that type of business that you get to do it, and absolutely one day it's past possible. And whatever, not everybody has to do that. But like just the mindset we used to have around things like that, when there was a promotion to do 10,000 volume points in a month and 10 HMPs or IBPs, it was like this excitement that you didn't want to be left out if you didn't you didn't want to be one of the people that didn't do that. So like you got creative and like you mapped it. This is why I want to really map out what we are going to do, because when you have a clear and precise plan of where you're going, and this is what we were doing like on our World Team Grind, which is like, for instance, what the World Team Grind is just something where we're getting to work all the time and we're not letting our excuses, outweigh where we want to go. So it's just this work hard. So it's like, I guess the topic or the theme of today is kind of getting to work, and no better day than May, right? We get to really create that leverage for ourselves. Plus there's a lot of things, wouldn't you say there's a lot of exciting things coming up that we want to qualify for, like extravaganza promotions and like sitting gold? Like who's going for that? Who's going for the gold? Yes, awesome. And why didn't you raise your hand, Coach Jordan?
I'm pushing out.
Okay. I was like, Dad, you're not going for the gold?
Let's go. I'm going for it.
And you Streamland, right? We're all going for the gold. This is where we're all going to be at the same time. And don't worry, this is going to be your guys' first extravaganza, right? Minor? No, second? Is that your first? Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, awesome. And Minor, what position, just not to make you, like, call you out or anything like that, it's not the intention. Where are you right now?
QP right now.
Okay, QP, beautiful. Pop it up for QP. Just to let you know, QP is such a powerful position on the marketing plan. I actually did a little bit of a section on the power of qualified producer. Because where you guys are at, not everybody that goes to supervisor makes it to qualified producer. Exactly. So I really want to acknowledge you guys that made it to qualified producer, because you're much more likely to build a business at supervisor having hit qualified producer. So it's a really big deal. Cool? Let's clap it up for them. Okay, cool. And so I want to hear from you guys what some ideas are about like your perfect day of getting into action, because I want us to all give each other ideas. So if you guys have maybe some things that you're committed to doing that you want to share, that maybe you're enhancing this month, it's like we're rerouting, right? We're going to reroute today. We're pressing that button of the things that we can challenge ourselves and do better than the last month, because we're thinking about where we kind of let things get in the way last month. What are you committed to? It can be one thing you're going to change up this month. Janelle?
Oh, wait, one thing?
Or it can be two things. I'm just saying at least one thing.
Oh, well, I mean, I have my whole, here's the thing. So you gave us, or the phone call from Monday night was the 2-day plan.
Yeah,
right. So the 2-day plan is a great plan if you keep that.
Keep it every day.
So my idea is to keep my 2-day plan.
Love it.
Because it was like, I was excited and I was hungry. So my 2-day plan is waking up at 5.
Okay.
From 5 to 5:05, I pray and I visualize.
Okay.
From 5:05 to 5:30, I do fasted cardio.
I love it.
From 5:30 to 6 is my shake, tea, tablets, and personal development.
Okay.
So that's where I kind of fell off, in all honesty, in the month of April. I did not do personal development every single day.
Okay.
So I'm committed to doing that.
Okay, so PD every day.
Every day. Every day. And then if I need to do it more than once a day, then I noticed that also that when I had an accountability call, when I was in next level and I had that call and I was committed to that call, like my volume was great. So now it's going back and I've got an accountability call every morning at 7 a.m.
Okay.
And then it's working out. Also, that's where I fell off. I wasn't committed to going to the gym every single day. So maybe not every day, but committing to 4 days a week, no matter what. Okay. Then also making sure that I'm meal prepping. I haven't been meal prepping, so I've noticed that I've been spending more money, which is in alignment with like getting my finances. I've been spending more money on food that's not necessary, so then meal prepping. And then going out and meeting new people is always part of my DMO, but now it's like having more fun with it, which is doing the pull tabs, having fun when I'm meeting new people, going to, this is just an idea, like I was driving yesterday and I was like, why am I not feeding my local fire department? Like, why am I not serving them lunch? Yeah, so like serving my local fire department lunch.
Such a good heart, Janelle.
Why not do that? I don't understand. And then I have on there do all that and then repeat. So
okay, cool. I love that. So who wants to add on to it some of the things that they have? Paris.
It's my list actually is exactly
Okay.
like I was having the same issues. I fell off so much personal development. And it really affected my business for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And for me, the only thing that I was throw in is the tip that Cynthia gave us, which is the 10 before 10.
Okay.
When I did finally get back on track and I was doing that, I was getting a lot of response, a lot of feedback, and it was just, I know, just building momentum because I built a lot of relationships, just like calling people and then taking like some Tim Chanel said and like going back to like emails. I went back to emails from 2012 and we've been like talking to people, we talk to people every day that I forgot about. We're talking every day, trying to get them ready for this month instead of for them.
Nice, nice. Going back and talking to people. So what would you say in like 2 words?
Follow up 10 before 10.
Okay, 10 before 10. 10 before 10. Okay, so that's follow-ups right here. So I can just put like follow. Okay, perfect. Love that. We're just adding to a list. I'll leave.
The ads and list posting on social media.
Okay. So what are you committed to?
I'm committed to, which I've done before, 30 to 45 minutes. That's usually 45 minutes. I set the clock, meaning I'm on social media working and not just browsing and liking.
Right.
So whether I'm searching hashtags, going through pages, reaching out to people, saying, hey, you know, how long have you been working out? Like the questions, I have questions from Marquise Key and things like that. And just reaching out to people and, you know, getting them to get your emails. Typically, I know when I do it and it's all about consistency, I will get 3 to 4 emails.
Nice. That's awesome. So producing, this is lead generating stuff. Like the 10 before 10, following up, lead generation. Like this is stuff that's going to produce results, right? Which is awesome. And this is a lot of the stuff we want to put in our day too. We want everything. We want it to be an all-encompassing day of where this is great because we have PD. That's like a no matter what for us. If we don't do the PD portion to get our minds right, and this is what we were talking about before, why we want to stay consistent in doing the personal development is because we're setting ourselves much more powerfully to be going into having those 10 follow-up conversations. To like, you know, reply to people and to be on fire. When we're happy, when our like spirit feels good, we're feeding our minds with positivity and everything, like it just, you're going to produce better results because people are going to be more receptive to your message when you feel great and you're happy and you're energetic. So cool. So 45 minutes social media. I love that. You know, you just taught me something actually, because we never really talk about social media in terms of like how much time we're going to be on it. We usually talk about it in regards to I'm going to do 2 to 3 posts. But he's talking about actually going and like having conversations with people, searching hashtags, and if you're unclear on what that means, you know, maybe just talk to somebody that you know knows a little bit more about that, and they can like you know have a side conversation with you where they teach and train you on that. So that's really cool. It's a great way to look about it, to produce results and get emails and like you know be able to move it into a wellness evaluation. Because at the end of the day, that is, we always say use, wear, talk in Herbalife. We say, you know, use the products, wear the brand, and talk about it. And we want to talk about it, invite people. We do invites to presentations. So if we're going out and we're having an email and we're like, you know, inviting somebody to a wellness evaluation, that's an invitation to a presentation.
Right.
We sometimes think of an invite to a presentation as going out and doing a face-to-face and inviting them to an HOM or a fit camp, when it can be much more simple than that too. That is an invite to a presentation. But an invite can be talking to someone on social media, getting to email with them and inviting them to a wellness evaluation. You just invited them to a presentation.
Right.
And that's another thing that I get fired up about. Personally, I built my business off of wellness evaluations. My business is 1/3 in Los Angeles, 1/3 in the Bay Area, and 1/3 in Washington, D.C. You know, and there's various frontline scattered in all 3 of those regions. And, you know, it all started off with inviting them to a wellness evaluation, with the intention of getting them results, and then some of them turned into coaches. And so the beauty in that is you can know people anywhere, and it doesn't have to ever be a hindrance or an excuse as to why, you know, maybe they, you know, oh, they can't make a shake party, they can't make, you know, the HOM at Club Invictus, they can't make the Fit Club. Like, that doesn't matter, they can make a wellness evaluation. They can do that, you can do that over the phone. So the reason why I was so attracted to mastering wellness evaluations is because there was no excuses with that. You could get the work done, you could get clients started up because you're putting the time into them. And it's forcing you to be a better health coach because now it's just you and you're not relying on everybody else around you to like really like do the work for you. So how much more on top of everything are you going to be if you can really master a wellness evaluation? You're in the game. So that's like one of those things, those invitations to presentation. So thank you for like just giving me that lesson, I guess you could say. So 45 minutes of social media. Anything else that you wanted to add?
Kind of had the same. Personal development is very key.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
you lose that, like you said, it's hard to get everything else done.
Yep, awesome. And I actually want to go over here. So since we're starting off a new month, I would love to maybe for like a couple minutes too, after we finish going over some of these things, because I want to hear from like a lot of people for what you're committed to. Are you guys good if we go a little bit over the hour?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, cool. So after that, I would love to share some of the personal development that we do and we like. Like, I would love to hear what all of you guys do because I'm always looking for new personal development, and maybe you guys are looking for some personal development to do in the morning too. I don't know, maybe. So, yeah.
Invitations to events.
Okay, invitations to events.
So typically, I'll try to, what I've been doing lately, like if I know Tuesday night HOM and I'm going to be there, I'm like, okay, somebody has to tell me yes before I leave this house to go to HOM.
Yeah.
Whether they show up or not, somebody has to say yes.
Yeah.
So I try to get 3 yeses.
3 yeses.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So 3 yeses for inviting to the HOM here. Okay?
Saturday or something.
So 3. I'm just gonna put 3 yeses because for Ali, I didn't spell yeses right. That doesn't even make sense.
Yes.
An excited dance. Yes. Okay. So perfect. So all right, 3 yeses because for Ali it might be for HOMs, but for you guys it might be a fit camp. It might be a wellness evaluation. It might be whatever that presentation is. Okay. And that's awesome. So we can be versatile with it. Perfect. Jordan, what are you thinking? What are you committed to?
I'm committed to making more phone, like vocal conversations. Because I feel like a lot of my clients are very comfortable with the text messaging. And I feel that when I am either directly in front of them or if they can hear my voice, they can hear the intent in my voice and I can get them to think a certain way better than through text messaging.
Perfect. So how many, so we want to place a number on it? Okay, all of them?
I'm going to say every single client, I'm no longer texting.
Okay, every day though?
Well, okay.
Right. So how many a day do you want to do?
I want to talk to 5 conversations.
Okay.
5, yeah.
5 phone conversations?
Yes.
Right? So it could be like 5 clients one day, a different 5 clients the next day, like so you keep a rotation.
Yeah.
And then that way it doesn't, you know, because your client base is going to get so big to where you won't be able to talk to on the phone every single client every single day.
True.
So I just want to make it so everybody can take this on. But 5 phone conversations a day is very doable. So find 5 phone conversations. And I'm writing down ideas for you guys to really think, and like maybe there's something that someone else is doing that you're like, oh, I could really benefit from doing that too. I just hadn't thought of it. But by no means do you have to take every single thing on. I want you guys to really latch on to certain things and be like, I'm going to do that. Because whatever you work, works. Whatever you choose to work is going to work for you. It's just putting energy and being consistent with it every single day, right? You don't want to just do like the accountability call 2 days and forget doing that, and then you're going to go ahead and do 45 minutes on social media for 2 days, and then you're like, oh, I'm tired of that, and then I'm just, you know, the next couple days, you're like, I'm going to go have 5 phone conversations. No, it's like, I'd much rather you just do 5 phone conversations and be consistent with that every single day, because it's going to produce a result. The consistency is building momentum for you. You're creating that momentum. It's like you're pushing a ball that's like stopped, and it's like stuck in the ground, and it's like by consistently just like kind of pushing against it, it's like you're finally going to get it rolling slowly, and it'll be slowly rolling, and then it's going to pick up some speed. It's going to pick up speed, and then next thing you know, it's going to be like, you know, tumbling down the hill at like 1,000 miles an hour. So it's like it's up to you to really do these consistently to create that spark that's going to ignite the fire, to give that rock a push so it can go fast, you know, tumbling down the hill. So awesome. Treasure.
I was actually still thinking about it, but I'm gonna say like invites on a daily basis.
Okay.
Like minimum 3.
Okay.
Right now I'm like a couple of days it's this many, a couple of days it's this many, like one day it may not be
cool.
any.
Okay, awesome. So 3 invites where you
like new contacts.
New contacts.
New leads.
Okay, going out and getting like 3 new contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for Treasure, it's 3 new contacts a day.
A day.
And if you can actually be consistent, because some people will be 10 or whatever, they may sound something like that. But if you just do 3 a day and you promise, like, and you stick to it, 3 is going to outdo 10 sometimes. Like I want to do 10 contacts a day. Those are how many people I'm going to get and I'm committed to. But if you do it once a week, 10, I promise it's better to do it consistently, just 3 a day, to be in that habit, exercising that muscle of discipline, to talk to people every day. There's power in that. Cool? Janelle.
This was something that when I had in my accountability call last week or earlier this week, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, when we were talking about getting new contacts, right? And I was thinking like, I feel like it should be more than just getting the contact, right? So say your goal is, I'm going to get 3 new numbers.
Okay.
But then to add on to the goal is, I'm going to get the 3 numbers, but I'm going to convert that into something. Because like I could leave here and get 3 numbers. It doesn't mean anything. So it's like push yourself and say, okay, cool. If I get 3, the job is to convert them to at least 2 to something, right? So say out of those 3, like one is a wellness and 1 is coming to an event.
Okay.
Right? So push yourself to make sure that you're converting the number into something and not just saying. So it's not an empty number. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to just, because I think we can all leave here and get 10 numbers with no problem. Oh, get your number. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nothing. But it's more powerful if you set the intention, like, okay, I'm getting 10 numbers today, but out of those 10, I have 6 people that are going to be confirmed with something.
So to add on to it.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So convert to presentation. I love this. For me personally, I wanted to add is talking to 10 people a day about the business and the products. Because the business you talk about, you're going to talk about the products. They're part of the business. So what I'll do is I'll usually, and these can be people you know, it can be people that are in your circle of influence, and there could be people that, you know, maybe you run out of people. You have 5 people you talk to that you know, and the other 5 you're going to go out and you're going to talk to. But it may sound like a lot, but if you're just in building mode and personal production and impact is what you get to focus on mainly, which a lot of us are in that place of where it's just like building, like you're just basically, you have the intention to build your business and build a client base of 20 to 30 people,
right,
which is what we want to have. Like all coaches, no matter where you're at, you should have a client base of 20 to 30 people. So these are ideas of staying consistent, how we're going to get there, how we're going to you know, get results, get our mind right to get there, get our workouts right to, you know, become a product of the product to get there. All these different things are setting us up, and these are some more of the action steps. But the 10 people a day talk, and this is Marquis' philosophy. I got this from my very first leadership development weekend that I went to, and when I did this, my business took off. This was the game changer of everything, of all like DMO things to do. When I talked to 10 people about the business and about the products a day, that's when everything started changing. 10 people per day about business and products. Right? So some of those are going to be like wellness evaluations that are scheduled. Some of those are going to be, and one thing that I always did is if someone couldn't afford the products, they were hearing about the business.
Right.
No matter what.
Yep.
Like always, think about it. If they can't afford the products, and that's their excuse and their story as to why they don't want to get started, that is the perfect transition and opening into how you have an opportunity to help them afford the products. The business. Perfect. Right? It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's a perfect transition. It's literally they're asking for you to help them.
Yeah.
So it's like our job as health coaches is to have the uncomfortable conversations and hold people accountable and not stand for the excuse that they're giving. It's really not, and it's something that you're going to get better at. It's so uncomfortable for me in the beginning to like call people out, but people will really thank you for it later. They'll really thank you for like you like not buying their BS at the end of the day. Okay, cool. Anything else, Alan?
I have a few things, but I'll share one. Have you guys ever like heard a song and I really heard a song or read something but it didn't really stick?
Mm-hmm.
So being very present when you're going to do your personal development, and being very intentional.
Yeah.
And being intentional about what type of personal development you want. If you don't have a problem visualizing your future, then you don't need to do personal development about dreaming big. You know what I mean? Maybe you need to do some business development or how to talk to people or different things. Sometimes the personal development could be going and reading up on the nutrition facts of the products. You know what I mean? It could be different things, but as far as learning and engaging your mind in Herbalife. So being very intentional in my personal development every day.
Okay, cool. Love it. Intentionality behind the personal development. It's powerful. Thank you, Alan. Jacob?
I have just two quick ones that I'm going to do, definitely. Which was get back to the basics. So I just remember like when I first came in, like why did I do Herbalife? Like really like why? Yeah, with the results, but then I remember how like me and Ali Bond, like we got so close because like he was like really there for me.
Right.
So that's why I was like, man, okay, I'm like, so that's what I'm focusing now on with my like frontline coaches, even some clients. I'm like getting back to like, I'm like, how can I really like build a better relationship from not just health coach? And the things that me and I used to do, like he used to just come work out with me. Or he used to just like hit me up and ask me about how things, like not even talking about Herbalife, but just how different things was going.
Yeah.
So as far as like, what I know, one of my coaches is a chef, like another one of my coaches, like he just loves working out, so I'm gonna go, like just, I'm gonna at least be committed to either once a week, I'm gonna do twice a day, I'm gonna talk to either two of my coaches, like about nothing about the business as far as just either talking like, so one about the chef, I'm gonna talk to her about, how, to make certain this, just make it something, and that's gonna build our bond to make the business even more fun, but like, just definitely not talking about the business. So just kind of getting back to the basics and the root of everything.
Okay, so how could you measure that?
As far as
right, so if you had to write it down, is that a point, like 10 people or 2 conversations?
Okay, yeah, so
just so it's like you can measure at the end of the day that you've done that.
Okay, yeah. Well, I do I'm gonna mix in coaches and clients, so I have 5 phone conversations a day about personal.
Okay, cool. I love it. So we could probably take like these 5 conversations and you can build on that your 5 conversations with coaches are going to have that attached to it. So like you'll put in front of your intention behind, so you're setting an intention for those 5 conversations. I love it. And that's powerful. Like whatever your intention is, and if like say you want to take on the 5 phone calls and you're just like, and I really want them to see this by the end of the phone call, I really want them to walk away feeling like this, you can set that intention. It's going to definitely steer the direction that conversation goes. Right. So setting intentions is very powerful as well. And this is all intention talk, how we want to intend for our day to go. Cool. Chris? Mr. Batley?
I really want to get into doing a shake / Herbalife skin party every week.
Okay, so like a weekly shake party or / skin party?
Yes.
Okay, I love it. So what will you have to do on a daily basis to really prepare for that once a week party? Because it's going to take promoting, it's going to take, right?
Talking to at least 10 people.
Okay, so 10 people, how many people a day? 10 people a day? Okay, so you're going to do 10 invites a day to that shake party / skin party.
Yes.
Where are you going to go to do these invites?
Places like outdoor malls like
Okay.
Grove, Americana.
Okay, cool. So you're committed to going out into the field, right, outside land, and getting into the field, right, into the world,
The marketplace.
right, into the marketplace. Right, new words for marketplace.
Right.
And talk to 10 people to do these invites for this once a week shake skin party. Because you know if you go out and do those invites, you're going to be held accountable to actually put the shake party and skin party on. So it's good. So how you show up for those 10 invites is going to dictate kind of how you show up for the shake party and the skin party. Because you're setting yourself up for that. If you skimp and let excuses creep in for the invites, you're going to have a higher probability of excuses creeping in for the skin party and shake party.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. So be on point with the smaller daily things, and you're more likely now. It's like you've done your 10 invites for 7 days in a row. Please believe that some people are going to show up to that thing, right? So it's like then you're like, oh, got to do it, right? There's no going back once you have people that are confirmed. It's like it's going on, even if one person comes, and then staying committed to that, like no matter what. Okay, perfect, love it. So you said 10 invites, shake party. Cool. And then, did you ladies have anything that you want to share? What you're excited to be committed to for your goals this month to get you to supervisor, to XYZ, whatever your goals are? Do you want to share something?
My goal is to just be more uncomfortable.
Okay.
Like, I'm not comfortable talking to people I don't know, so I'm committed to getting out there, putting myself out there.
Perfect.
Nice.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you can measure it to decide whether you've done it or haven't done it in a day, right? Because so the intention is to get uncomfortable and talk to people. How many people are you committed to a day to talk to and get uncomfortable?
I like the 3.
3 people?
I like the 3
Perfect. So
people.
you're going to take that on.
Yeah, I like
Love it. Okay, cool. So 3 people a day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so maybe it starts there with you. And then as you start to you exercise that muscle of like face-to-face and talking to people, and then you're going to transition into maybe more of what Elle was saying and be like, okay, now that I actually am good with talking to people, now I want to really produce some results. Yeah. Perfect. So I love that. Anybody else? Yeah, Minor.
I just wanted to say, like you mentioned, I don't know if you're hear about the first band listening to Mark Hughes. I saw a lot of Mark Hughes this month.
Live. Yeah, best
First thing that's
ever
in my head is if he says, if we promised you at the end of the month, like an X amount of dollars to talk to, say, 10 people a day, you would say it's like $5,000 at the end of the month. You would go out and do it.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, because that money's yours no matter what, if you talk to these people. So, he says so like, why not just go out and do it, you know? Because if you talk to these 10 people, you never know what you're really going to get out of it.
Yeah.
So, like, don't miss it. Stay accountable to yourself this month, whatever I'm telling you about.
Yeah. Janelle.
Okay, so to kind of piggyback off of what Ali said, right, about timing. So I find that I, in the past, have not been very great at time management. So like I'll say I'm gonna spend 30 minutes on social media, but then like it ends up being an hour, 2 hours, and then I haven't left the house. But that applies to like everything. Like if we time ourselves for personal development, so I feel like we maybe like, for me, setting alarms for like time blocking it out, right? Like, or setting up like a Google Calendar so it pops up that, oh snap, I need to get out of the house. I said, you know, from 12 to 2, I was gonna go out and meet new people. So that alarm will go off and it'll trigger, okay, I need to get outside instead of staying in. Because it's easy to sit in the house and be on the phone and be in front of the computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe setting an alarm. I had something else too, but I just forgot it.
Okay. Cool, so like setting time limits on
To
stuff.
help with consistency. Oh, yeah. The other one was, that I'm committed to, is I actually bought a journal specifically to self-reflect.
Yeah.
But then like I wasn't consistent. Like I did it 2 days and then like I was just like done. So then adding to that,
Like
taking the time before bed, writing in the journal and saying like, what was good about your day? Like what was great about your day? And then where can you improve so that you can see it? Like that to me is a great way to measure, because sometimes your brain is not, you can't remember all the things in your mind, but if you can write the things like, or maybe as you go or something.
Right, reflection journal. Like it. Yeah, again, I've struggled with that consistency with journals too, so I get it. But if you want to like really like hammer that this month, like if you're like, okay, like May is the month where I just like stop with stories around journals and why I haven't been successful.
Mayhem is going down.
Let's go.
Hashtags.
Paris.
One thing I wanted to incorporate too was something I thought about that Enrique said a while back. And it's just like, we have the option of doing whatever we want, wherever we want to do our business at. And I was thinking, like Enrique said, he would actually get up, get dressed like he was going to work. So put on whatever workout outfit you have, maybe 24 brand you have. It's like, it is your job, it is your business. So don't do your follow-ups in your bed. So like get up and get at a desk or get to a computer or get to a table with, dress, dress like you're about to do some work.
Yes.
So when you sit there and we're comfortable,
so true.
It would take us so much longer to get stuff done.
Yeah.
Yes.
I must miss
I'm
that.
such an advocate.
It was LBW he did. Right.
It's so true. It's so true. Like one of the things I remember too, Laura saying in alignment with that was that she was like, I'll like get out of bed and like I'll need to take a shower so that it's like it signifies that like my day has begun. Like not just sitting at your house and just getting into work mode at home and being comfortable, because then it's easy to just like wander off and not. But if you how you would get ready and go to work as a job, right? You would get up and you would like put on clothes. Like if we treated it like that, it's just what it does for your mindset around the intention that you're going to get stuff done. I don't know 100% about like the psychology of it, but I know it's powerful because the way that I function when I do that versus when I don't is like night and day.
Right.
Cool, I love it. So, okay, so what I want to do, let's share some of our like favorite personal developments to kind of like really just so we have some ideas. Like first, I love how you said Mark Hughes. So my share too, along with Minor, is going to be the Mark Hughes. You can YouTube them, and there's 3 different parts. There's volume 1, 2, and 3. So each one is like an hour or so long, and seriously, these 3 videos on YouTube, Mark Hughes volume 1, 2, and 3, are like life-changing. If you're doing Herbalife, like know a little bit about the history of what this company is about. It's going to blow your mind. Mark Hughes is a genius at the art of promotion. Genius. The way that he breaks down the marketing plan, the way that he breaks down the everyday conversations that we're going to have with people, the way that he breaks life down is genius. Like, seriously. So watch these, and I would even watch them again. And then watch them again. Like, I'll literally watch volume 1, and then I'll go into 3, and then like it'll be like, so sometimes I'm doing more than 30 minutes of personal development. Sometimes I'll want to do that. Like, I mean, I'm not saying don't start your day, but like definitely, it's almost like a movie, but except for personal development. So, or you can cut it in pieces. If you like, I want to start my day and I want to just really time block 30 minutes for personal development, watch 30 minutes of volume 1 and just start back to where you left off. But this can keep, this is something that you can keep going for a while. And then, so, that's Mark Hughes. Also on your myherbalife.com site, there's a ton of Mark Hughes and Jim Rohn videos. So you don't have to go searching far. You can literally log into your myherbalife.com and there's a personal development section. And there's hundreds and hundreds of videos of Mark Hughes and Jim Rohn. And the reason why I'm saying these first and foremost is because this is the personal development that's so in alignment with what we do as health coaches in Herbalife. And it's business development and personal development. So it's mindset as well as how to apply it to what we do in Herbalife. So it's like some of the most powerful forms and versions of personal development. Hi there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's all good. It's pretty much over right now. It would be over. Yeah. So, okay, cool. So what are some other ideas of personal development that we're doing? Janelle?
I have two. The first one is like, and I said this when I did Herbalife University last week, like I am a creature of habit, but sometimes I have to hear something over and over and over again. So I listen to the same personal development every time, which is Tony Robbins' Raise Your Standard.
Love it.
And because it reminds me every time that I have got to do better.
Okay.
So like that one in particular, I watch or listen to, and then I actually do have Jim Rohn's book, Leading an Inspired Life, and so it's also to read personal development, because sometimes you retain that information differently. And I took on what Treasure said last week in Herbalife University, which is like to read one chapter at a time. Like don't read through the book, but read the chapter, stop, and then like apply what you just read. Because sometimes if you read the whole book, it might be like too much to me.
Is it living an inspired life or leading an inspired life?
Or I forget too.
Okay,
I think it's leading an inspired life, but I have the book in the room.
Okay, I know I have the book too. It's a great book. Jim Rohn. Cool. Ali, Mr. PD. Yeah, it's the mindset. Just call Ali. Call Ali. His phone's blown up and back.
I think for me, like everybody that's on there, I do a little bit of everything when it comes down to personal development. And I don't only do my personal development in the morning. Sometimes I don't even do it in the morning. I wake up in a great mood. Right? It's a powerful day. Like some people need that to get in alignment. I do my personal development sometimes in the middle of the day, because that's when the mornings is usually great, and then it's the middle, that gap, that break in the middle of the day, and that's when I get about 30 to 45 minutes of personal development while I'm driving, and it fires me up for the rest of the day.
Nice.
Right? So typically I'm doing it twice, but I listen to everybody on what Alan said, something that goes in alignment of what I listen to. Like I search for it. Like, okay, belief is heavy today. Like, oh, I got hit right here. I got hit over here. Like, let me listen to something around belief.
Love it.
Of course, Eric Thomas.
Yes.
You have Tony Robbins. You have Jim Rohn.
So,
I've been listening to lately. It's been back to the basics. Jim Rohn. He's kind of like, as far as personal development, everybody pretty much feeds off of him.
Yeah. So I love it. I love Eric Thomas. Before a workout, if you want to get jacked up, like before I go on stage and before I work out, it's Eric Thomas, because I'm like fired up. I'm like, all right. So etinspires.com, you can download his mixtapes for free. There's 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
And they're all bomb. Like literally, you can like have them in rotation, put them on your iPhone or whatever, and he'll get you fired up. And it's like his mindset is just so dope. So love him.
Tyrese also.
Tyrese,
been dropping some nuggets lately.
Yeah. Tyrese. YouTube him.
Yeah. So.
Right. Yeah. So Tyrese is dope. Yep, ET Inspires. There's some, I mean, these are really my favorites. Like, Jacob.
Like I listen to all those, but another book that like I really highly recommend everybody to get is Stop Saying You're Fine. It's by Mel Robbins. Like, it's just like, cause like a lot of my personal development for like these last 2 months has been kind of like just like self-reflecting and stuff like that. But like that book really hones in and targets every like excuse you could possibly have for any situation, and it make you like look at me like that's bullshit. You know, like you can do better. People like you really like the answer is out there. Like just it's really just on you. So like that book is really helping me out a lot.
Cool.
It's just
Awesome.
that.
Thank you, Jacob.
That's the book. Right
That's the book right there? Cool. And there's like a ton of, so there's all different ways that you can do personal development. You know, you can have it on YouTube, you can put, you know, the Atomic mixtape in your, you know, iPhone or Android, whatever you want, or listen to it on your computer. You can read books, right? If you want to sit down and just read for a little bit. There's all different ways that we can do personal development, which is awesome. So, you know, there's a ton of books that are really, really great, like, you know, for really, I guess, getting to work and belief. There's, I really like Outliers because it just talks about, like, you know, putting in the work of building up, you know, the people that are very, very, we almost look at them as like phenomenons, like Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods,
Right.
You know, Oprah Winfrey, these powerful people, but we look at what they did to prepare for where they stepped into their greatness, right, beyond greatness. And usually the formula is 10,000 hours of like hard work of really honing into your craft. So we get better and better as time goes on and we stay consistent. We stay consistent with this stuff over the years. It's just really setting us up to be more and more powerful at our craft. And so it's like, be patient that you're not going to have all the answers in the very beginning. I'm 2 years in, like I don't have all the answers right now. I'm still honing my craft, just like all of us. Yes?
There's also Blink and The Tipping Point. It's the same author as Outliers.
Yes. Love it, love it, love it. Tipping Point, David and, or there's a, love it. Yep, Tipping Point is great. And there's so many, The Power of Positive Thinking, like I love, yeah.
Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy.
Oh yeah, Brian Tracy's awesome.
yeah.
I love
Yeah,
Brian
yeah,
Tracy.
I'll read the book. Awesome.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
also reading this book called Purpose Awakening to discover the epic idea of why you were born.
Okay.
And it's a really good book. Like it talks about not only like finding your purpose, and generally people like think it's, oh, well, what do you love to do right now? And it's probably that, but it actually like digs really deep into like relationships and life in general. So it's a really good book.
Cool. What's it called?
Purpose Awakening.
Purpose Awakening. I love. Oh, that's what you posted this
In the
morning.
group today.
I like that.
Yeah. So like today, I just read a chapter a day, kind of like what Alan was talking about, like being intentional personal development. So instead of just like getting a book and just like reading it from cover to cover to say like you read a book, but like focus on a chapter a day and then just like applying whatever it was. And I thought that today, chapter 6 was pretty relevant to like what we're doing now and it being May 1st, where like we all start the month off at like 0.00. And so you get to create like your distinction from everyone else, like in Herbalife or in life, if we apply it to business. Where like he compared it to a marathon, right? Like everyone starts and there's like this big hurdle, and then according to people's pace and you know different distinctions, you start to see like little crowds form, and then eventually there's that one person that crosses the finish line as the winner. And so you really get to it's just talked about like how are you going to break out of the pack?
Break out of the pack. Yep.
Yeah,
That is dope. I love that. I read that this morning. I was like, I need to get that book.
He does a really good analogy.
Yeah. Purpose Awakening. Yeah. Cool. So, Purpose Awakening.
I'm just gonna take care of it.
Cool. And I apologize. I know my writing is less than perfect, but so I hope you can read this. But I love it. And the thing I love about coming here is when people share their personal development, even if you haven't done your personal development today, like usually at the beginning of Herbalife University, we'll raise our hand and see who's done personal development. But like now we've all done personal development through this conversation and by people sharing about their personal development. So it's like we can move forward in our day better, and then it's also to encourage us to go out and do personal development on our own. So it's powerful. So I love this. I feel better about where I'm going to be going in May. I don't know about you guys, but pick some of these things, right, that you want to commit to. Don't commit to everything, and don't be like, I'm going to read all these books in May. Like, it's just not going to happen, right? Like, we want to be real here. So Like, if you want to just take this book on, like, do that. If you want to take on one, like, okay, this month I'm really going to work on Mark Hughes, or I'm really going to, like, focus on E.T., or however you want to do it, like, do it. But, like, have a plan for personal development and how it's going to be a part of your life every day. Enhance your relationship to personal development this month in May. Because when you enhance your relationship to personal development, you're also enhancing your relationship to the results that you're going to get from the work that you do.
Yeah.
You guys good with that?
Yeah.
So also with the action steps that we want to take, like, you know, really we got to map out our new results. Like, who's down with me? I don't want to do this by myself, but I'm committed to a new before and after picture for this month. Who's down to do it with me?
Yeah.
You guys are all down to do it? Okay.
Yeah.
When we take our picture, okay, when we're going to do a picture for Herbalife University, like, I'm going to put that we're all committed to a 30-day brand new before and after picture. So literally, we're going to be calling, we have a picture, so it's not like we're going to forget who was in this room. Like, we're gonna call each other out at the end of the month to post that picture, and we're gonna tag each of us in it. You guys down with that? No, I'm talking about we're gonna get uncomfortable and hold each other to, like, our accountability. I know that I'm excited about that. And let's just, like, beyond that, because when we're getting new results and we're really enhancing, just like we're enhancing our relationship to personal development, when we enhance our relationship to the products, everything is going to go up. Like, we're really building relationships, like, with so many things, people, and then these things, the products, the business, like, all these things we're enhancing. We want to enhance our life in May, because what May is going to do, it's going to set us up for the rest of the year. Okay, we're getting ready to go into the second half of the year. Once June hits, like, that's it. We're halfway through 2014. Crazy, right? So this is like that final bit and piece. So let's look at May. However we set up May, we're setting up the second half of the year, which is going to define how our 2014 went. And however the second half of 2014 goes is literally going to be setting up 2015. And I don't know about you guys, but we've got some big goals in Get Uncomfortable Squad with what we want to do. So how we operate on a daily, like on the daily, what we do daily affects everything. Right. It's really big. To think that one day doesn't matter is like, it's just, I don't want to say brain damage, but Danny Edwards would say that a lot, but like, you know, without being like mean about it, but like a day matters. Like, I think about it when I haven't been my best version of myself and let some days just drift by. Yeah. Like, I'm like, dang, like that was an entire day that drifted by. It's a big deal. Time is one of our most valuable resources. So it's really put some of this stuff in action. I'm like so excited for each and every one of you. So you guys are down, you guys are committed and down for the new before and after. Yeah. All right, so today I challenge you guys, everybody in Ustream that wants to take this on, do this with us, okay? We're committing to a brand new, is May 30 or 31 days? 31 day, okay, so 31 day progress. Take your before picture today, okay? And again, I'm gonna like, we should create like a thread to like, you know, to hold ourselves. So every day it's on our mind. I know we all have a lot of threads, but like, I think this one's worthy of one. And if you guys are really down, because I'm so serious about this. So I appreciate you guys so much. On behalf of all of us here at Herbalife University, Get Uncomfortable Squad, let's make May the best month ever! Cool. Let's do a picture. Jacob. Jacob, you were waiting over there? Then we talk about it first. Hey, treasury. Alan, see you on having seasonal coaches and everything is not only are lessons for people that have been around on how to deal with that, right? So everybody's watching and learning as they have
to ask the right questions, listen, with the challenges, and you're like, I love it. I know to do. I'm applying it.
I love it. I love it. Cool. Did you try to get some good stuff today? Awesome. I so love it.
Pictures. You guys take a picture of it.
Literally. Trust me.
Is everybody here to the agree? Where's Jake? Sorry,
This was, I want to say,
you got it. Come on, Bear. My play. Oh, you guys got me. Okay, 1, 2.
oh,
I love it. Thanks, guys. Oh, don't you break. I need to take a photo.
Do you like it?
No, I'm here for my I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna get food. I don't know. I need to do this right now.
There you go.
Jacob.
What's up? I'm good.
Jacob, you better.
I'm there.
Don't bring up no speedo. Just buy it. The apple is like $4 at Ross.
I know, I'm going to get it right now. No, I'm talking about him on Saturday. No Speedo. You begin. You about to fix it. No Speedo. Can't talk about Speedo again. What? You talking about his Speedo.
I'm going to get it blinded.
And then Cynthia goes in the middle of training. Where would you put that?
I don't understand what you're doing.
Doing training on Saturday. He made a speed. We're in a Speedo.
To where?
To the beach. To the beach.
Okay. That's
And then
nothing's wrong. Okay, so.
it's what he said.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Training on Saturday in front of everybody, our new people. And they said,
Wait, why would you do that?
Cynthia goes.
Where is it?
What would you put?
Where is it?
By saying brand new.
Where is it?
Bye, you Streamland. Love you guys. Woo! Don't leave, Celeste. Okay. You can't leave yet. No, I'm not. We're going over everything.